Hi guys, yes, I'm in the same sweatshirt as I was last video. Going from wet sticks and things like that, because I feel like half of my greenhouse is just wet sticks and propagation boxes now at this point, which I do kind of want to do what Haley G does and have like the giant buckets of just moss that she's propagating in. That would be sweet. But I don't have that option right now. But let's get started. So the first wet stick that I have is this guy in this jar. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this little guy a while ago. He's done nothing since that photo was taken, but he is cling wrapped into this thing. And I really don't know what it's doing. Like, I don't know if it's molding, dying. I definitely think I might need to add more sphagnum moss up on these. Like, if you can see, there's like these little roots. And I don't know if I need to put sphagnum moss on it, but it is just, you can see, Philodendron bracosium large form, which you can't tell it's large form right now, but I got this little guy at a reptile expo, weirdly enough. This store was selling a bunch of things, and my boyfriend actually got super annoyed with me because we were there to buy reptiles, and I'm like, plants! And I stayed the whole time in their booth looking at plants. They had albos, they had like pink princesses, they had a lot of plants I've not seen in person before. I was all over the albos. I was like trying to talk him down. I was like, I want this. But he was like doing like $200 a leaf, which in the time was relative, but like I feel like those prices are going down. It was still relative, but like $200 for like a leaf, I couldn't do it. Even though then I turned around and spent like $300 on a reptile, but that's besides the point. And he had these, and he had like ranges from like $20 all the way up to like $40 depending on the size. And none of them were like mature, so I was like, I'm just gonna go with the cheapest and see. So I did this. It's cute, like I do like it, and I'm super excited for it to grow. I think like when my lychee gets bigger and I do a full-on like bioactive terrarium build for her, I'm probably gonna just put this in her tank and see how it grows there. But for right now, it's chilling in this little jar, and I'll probably mess around with it and see if I can help out those roots that are higher up. But that is that one. I have these two little string of turtles I just recently transplanted in here. They were in my what do you call it, prop box, and they had all rooted, so I was like, I'll just put them in little jars. And you can tell like they're already if it focuses, maybe. Yeah, there's like little sprouts already springing from them. So they're super cute. This whole pot like molded over while it was in the greenhouse. You can still kind of see it. It's all white. It was very weird. I've had like this mold issue with just like pots. Like the pots will get all moldy, which I'll just take them out, wash them out, replant it, blah blah blah. It's been fine. I've like been proactive about it, but it's still like a weird thing. So the dubias that you guys saw in my last video, I've been planting some of them up. So this one is just like this little string and sphagnum. Seeing what happens. That it's like I don't know if I want to like put a stick in it or like have it help climb up it like a painting stick, you know, and help it, or just like kind of let it do its thing. But that's that. And then my other, the couple I kept, I had a couple people in town wanting dubias, and I was like, hey, I have some, and I kept the pretty sleeves for me, and then I just gave them the smaller ones. But yeah, there's this leaf that's just in sphagnum, this one, which is like the beautifulest leaf ever. Oh, sorry, I thought that was a bug. It was just these bags. And then just one of the wet sticks. So let's stay. So yeah, that's just in this little container with plastic wrap over it. A brownie container. The condensation on here is incredible, but I feel like that just helps with everything. So there it is. I have some little, let me pin it up, just like variegated string of hearts I cut up and put in there. I have some, I'm not gonna lift them up because like they're reading, but there's like alocasia, regal shield corms. There's a couple dubias. There are some variegated burnt marks. She had 2 extra nodes on that plant I traded for, so I just cut them up, threw them in here, seeing what happens there. And then random ones. I don't know if they're Perus. They were sold to me as Perus. They've yet to be Perus. My little greenhouse before I had a greenhouse. I used to have my praying mantis in here, but she's no longer with us. So sad. I don't know why I'm opening it because that's not really going to help you look, but I have a purple watermelon peperomia and then 3 variegated peperomias, and they have been in here for probably like 3-4 months, and they're now just sprouting, which is so freaking exciting. There's 2 little sprouts coming off of that one. There's a little sprout right there. So cute. I'm so excited, so bloody excited about that. And then I have this giant guy. So there's a lot going on here. It is working amazingly. This, like, I would not have thought they would have grown so well. And I started everything within a prop box and then I transferred it onto here once they got a little bigger. But they are growing, thriving, I would say. This is kind of an experiment. So for my senior thesis, for graduating, I'm doing like a living moss wall. It's a long story. I haven't gotten into it all that much, but I want to do like a little trial and error of like kind of the aspects I want to use. The YouTuber I have recently been watching, I'll put his name up here. He did this whole like sphagnum living wall within his greenhouse, and I took inspiration from that, and I was like, okay, how can I translate that into something that's like movable? So I kind of just did like chicken wire to hold everything in, and then I just shoved it with sphagnum, collapsed it together, and then I've been poking these all in. So what I have on here, so I have a bunch of micans. Like all of these are micans. I think actually, I have no idea. This one kind of looks like a Peru. Like, would you say like that texture? Maybe. It was sold to me as Peru. But I don't know like what baby Peru leaves look like. I kind of thought they would like look like the whole older ones, but the texture definitely gives me Peru vibes. So that'd be super exciting. Sorry, I am outside because the lighting in my household is rubbish. I have a couple of my Hoyas that I got in my little everything box of Hoya. I have like a little baby string of hearts. I like got one for like 10 minutes and then I sold it because it just like, I don't know, it did nothing for me, but I kept one little leaf. Actually I kept a string of leaves. It didn't do anything. The one leaf, it fell on the ground after the other ones died. It was still alive, just on the ground. I was like, you are a survivor. You were going on this. So yeah, it's been super fun watching this thing grow. I love it. I think it's awesome. I'm excited to like do a whole wall of this. Yeah, and then speaking of moss as well, the last thing that's in my greenhouse is this little container. It is not going to be the prettiest thing at all. Like, I don't really know what I was thinking with putting things in here, but I'm growing moss. So the greens come back. It's like real fluffy, so it's kind of exciting. But yeah, so that's that. It stays super wet in this thing. So the moss is growing nicely. And then, yeah, I need a better container. I just don't have, I have like limited space, so I don't have all the space for everything to like completely flat, but that is that. I'm also gonna buy a lot more moss, so that stay tuned for kind of terrarium build things. Yes, those are all my wet sticks and propagation projects I'm working on. It's probably the most fulfilling thing, starting from wet stick and having it grow. It's just like I am doing something correct, I am awesome, and I just love that feeling. So I want to continue doing it. Definitely has made me impulsively chop everything. So yeah, I guess follow me on Instagram if you want to stay up to date on the progress of all these propagations and just fun pictures of plants. Like, subscribe, it really helps my videos get out there. I want people to see, and just I want to make plant friends. So if you guys want to be plant friends, if you want to do trades, if you're interested in any of these plants, I'm always down to chop. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, and thanks for watching.